I don't know what's happening, so everyone just hold on just a second. I think I lost everybody. And I'm sorry for the station identification here. This is Hadley, and I am live and alone here by myself, trying to figure out how to use this new software. Hey, Mike Lewis. Hey, Landa. Hey, Tony. Y'all, I've got we're trying Streamlabs tonight, and it's going to be a little bit more interactive on y'all's end, but I'm having some technical issues. So the guys were in another studio. Let me see if I can get them all added here. And it's just going to take me a minute. So thank you. About to oh, there's Ash. Ash is early. Are you drinking Stoli tonight? I'm having to go back and forth while I try and find these people. So hold on. Where are the people? Where are the people? And let me see. You can't see. Yeah, it's just me. Let me see. I should be able to get settings. Um, I don't know if my avatar is going to show. It should. Okay. And this is not working. And I'm sorry, I've wasted 3 minutes of y'all's time. They were all out. Okay. And I can't even see the chat anymore. It's just you, Ash. Okay, I don't see anything, so I don't know if it is me. Oh, wait, there I am. There I am. Can y'all see me now? Well, I know, I mean... Let me see if I can get the guys to join the new link. That's, again, technical difficulties. We're trying something new. We should be able to let us... hey, Tina. I hope you're feeling better. This should be able to let us kind of, as we grow and learn how to use it, it should be able to... We'll have more people on. We can have up to 12 people on at one time. Scott's joining now. There's Scott. Hey, Scott.
Hi.
Can y'all see Scott? Tell everybody hi. Rich is joined. Yay.
Oh, we got a ton of people on already.
We do?
Yeah.
I can't see anybody.
Hit the chat. Everybody's wishing.
I'm trying to explain. We're having technical issues on my end. The Dong lady should be here shortly. And did we ever find Mr. Gamboa?
He's in the
No, he's lost. He's just...
Holy shit, my head is big. Hi, everyone. I have the big head. That's me with the big dome. Good Lord. I don't want my dome to be this big.
Are you bragging again, Rich?
Yeah. Oh, Nothing you guys didn't already know.
Hi, everyone. We'll get to you all in a minute.
Mic settings.
All right.
New technology, a bunch of old people doing new technology. You know it's going to get screwed up.
There she is.
There she is.
Hey, dong lady.
Oh. Who's giving me that applause?
It was me. I have a lot of hands.
I love it. I want that.
It really wasn't me. Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh no! I thought it was Alan coming in. I was really I can't figure out where my settings for my camera are. Google Chrome is using.
We'll wait for Alan. Well, I hope that everyone enjoyed the movies this week because I had a good time watching them.
I did.
Max Crumb's in the house too.
Hi, Max.
Just letting you know that I don't see any way to post the comments.
We don't. We still don't have the admin privileges yet for this thing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you don't have to have that because I'm looking at the chat right now. It's up in the right-hand corner where it says chat. Click on it.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, we have.
Usually we were able to hit a button and post them.
See how
that's
Hadley's doing that on the bottom.
Now. Well, things are going to be different if we choose to use this version. We'll probably have one person in charge and have a master account that handles all this.
Hey, Hope, how you doing?
Hi, Tony.
Ash, Tina,
Max, Tony,
Landa.
Everybody's in the
Mike
house.
Wait a minute. It's 10 o'clock and my sister is still up. What happened?
Hi, everyone.
I'm glad to see so many happy faces. Scott and Rich.
Hi, I'm happy.
We see a tiny little avatar of dong ladies. Happy.
I know. I see that. I'm like the little itty bitty dong. I'm the baby dong.
Sorry. Where's Alan? Did he still have trouble getting in?
He must be. Check to see if he's waiting in the wing.
Yeah, make sure he's got the new link.
I just told him to try the new one.
That's what I'm doing now.
And will someone check and let me know if we're streaming on the channels? We should be on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook's page.
I would suggest that we probably get someone who knows how to do any of that, and that's not me.
Okay, that would be me.
Yeah. I don't know how to do any of that, but I can do this.
Now, I don't see us on the Weird Realities Network page. Is that the one?
We should be on the network page, which...
Tina says Alan is trying.
He is very trying. We know that. Yeah, I don't see us on the Weird Realities Network Facebook page.
Well, all the Facebook people found us.
Yeah, they're here.
Because if you see in the chat, it shows what network they're on.
Okay.
So they're all Facebook peoples.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I can see that. I didn't see that before.
So I got some wonderful presents for my birthday.
Oh, good. How many puppies?
No puppies. No puppies. Thank God. Up to my elbows in puppies.
What'd you get?
Okay, so Bethany says that she sees us on the Facebook page.
Awesome.
If I go to
So
the
you want to
Facebook
start
page and
talking
look
movies?
that goes.
Well, we were waiting for Alan. Yeah, Alan joined, so let me get him added. Of course, there he is. Woo woo! There he is.
Alan.
Yay!
Uh-oh. No. Hey, Alan, you sound like this. Yeah, I got that word.
Yeah. Can't hear you at all, Al.
Say something now.
Nope.
You're on mute or something or another.
God damn.
Yeah, but his mic isn't listed as muted.
What happens if I mute? It would cross you off.
Hadley, Hope said happy birthday.
Thank you, Hope.
Max wants to know how many candles.
We don't tell that, Max.
And he said happy birthday too.
Let's just say it would have been a forest fire.
Oh my God. My sister and Ash are going to get divorced by the end of this. I'm reading their comments.
Okay, so let's catch up. What are y'all watching besides our movies? Anything
Right
fun?
now, I'm watching Alan try to do smoke signals. It's not working. He's like, hey, I can see him screaming for Tina. He's like, help me.
I don't know, but my microphone was
That thing's
turned
shaking
off.
pretty good.
Alan, if you can hear me, my microphone was turned all the way down, so there might be a little knob on there to turn it up.
Well, we all know Alan has a little knob.
Well, yes, and he can play with his little knob. He's trying to tell us what he thinks of that.
Look at him. I feel so bad. The poor guy can't say anything. Oh.
And everybody in the chat room is telling him what to do. Plug it in. Or that may not be technical stuff.
Make sure your mic is plugged.
Did you try rebooting your refrigerator?
We know you have a big mic. I've seen it.
Nope.
Alan, if you can hear us, show us your mic.
Not your knob, bro. Honestly, this is every bit as much fun as the show.
Yeah.
Ash saying that Alan needs to pull on his knob. It'll get bigger.
We haven't even started talking, and my face is already hurting, and I don't need killing me jokes. Oh, boy.
We'll take your word for it, Tina.
And Linda says it's a different kind of party.
Oh, this is cool. You can separate on the comments out by whatever platform they're watching from too.
Really?
Like it's all turned on right now, but you could just play or just show the YouTube stuff.
Who's just on YouTube?
I don't think anybody's on YouTube, but we're there. Craig's in the house too. It's all the fun of 15 people. We've got a lot of people.
Yeah. And we're not even doing anything.
Song and dance.
Alan, I think you should start with the movies this week.
Yes.
Excellent. All I got was a couple of I think you're trying to do sign language.
Alan, do Harvey an interpretive dance.
I'll like this just because of the reading.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. This stinks. I mean, it's kind of funny. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie.
Hi, Bethany.
Hey, Bethany.
Hey, Bethany.
Hi, Mike Lewis.
Yes.
Hi, Bethany.
All three movies were, these are some of my favorite movies. And when I rewatch them, it's like I could leave the room and I could still know what was going on. I've seen them that much. So I know that Alan hadn't seen one of the movies. And Scott, you hadn't seen two of them. Is that correct?
Well, actually, I had seen them all. I didn't realize I had seen Secondhand Lions until I started watching it.
Oh, Alan, which movie hadn't you seen? Oh, yeah.
Let's do Pictionary. Get a board and just start drawing.
I'm watching Secondhand Lions, the two old guys sitting on the front porch with shotguns shooting at the salespeople, and all I could think of was me and Ash in about 15 years.
Think about me in 15 minutes. Oh boy.
Alan, Max says you've never sounded better.
Yeah, these three films they're all three great films.
Yeah.
Did Harvey win any Academy Awards?
It should have. To me,
the play won a Pulitzer.
Right, that was Mary. Who was that? Mary who?
I don't remember.
But I remember seeing that when it opened. But yeah, I hadn't seen Harvey in, I'm going to say 30 years. I saw it when I was 30 years ago, 25. And it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. And The 13th Warrior, we all know about The 13th Warrior. Great film. I'm guessing there's not a lot of people who haven't seen this. The 13th Warrior. And then the other film, also excellent, Secondhand Lions. A lot to unpack with that film, but very good.
Yeah. When I first saw Harvey, a dear friend of mine was in the production. She played the mother in high school. And after we went to the play and watched her, I went and saw the movie.
hey, Clark Morris.
Clark Morris. Hey, buddy.
Hi, Clark.
All my favorite people are here. And Alan doesn't have a voice.
Even better.
Alan is voiceless.
I miss Alan's voice. He's the voice of reason.
He looks so depressed.
He looks
He's got
dejected.
two excellent middle fingers, though.
He looks like a puppy who lost his favorite toy.
Hey, Alan, go onto your phone and then go into the chat room, and then you can chat to us and tell us what you think.
He could probably chat from where he's at.
Well, I don't think he can because we can't hear him.
No, I mean write a message.
Oh, okay.
Ash,
He might not. I don't know.
okay, Ash is saying that he feels bad for Alan, so either do his stuff on a Ouija board or send gratuitous booby pics. Do you really want booby pics of Alan?
Yes. I'm guessing.
Craig, you're not supposed to out us like that. We've got a voodoo doll of Alan with his no mic. his big mic has been bound.
I pay extra for that.
Sorry, bro.
Landa wants you to join them.
Hey, Morgana.
Hey,
Hi, Morgana.
Alan's broken. He's a bit tongue-tied at the minute.
He could not click on the link on his phone. So that was the big problem. So I don't know if he needed to download the app. Or what?
Oh. Well, happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
39, right?
29, Scott.
29. I'm sorry. I'm
29 and Holden. If only I knew now what I did not know at 29.
Yes. Yeah. But that's what makes you old. That's what makes you old and fun. When you're 70 years old and you're still doing stuff that's crazy. Heck, 70 is the next one for me.
It's a weird conspiracy keeping Alan quiet.
It's because Alan wants to talk about the aliens at Area 51 and the NSA is silencing him. But they're friends. They're doing it for his own good. They don't want him arrested like that 22-year-old kid that got busted in Massachusetts today.
Alan is having technical issues. We all kind of had some technical issues.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
boss.
you really should be more talkative. Come on.
Pick a movie and dissect it.
Okay, 13th Warrior.
Except that one.
Okay.
I'm
If
just
y'all
kidding.
hear anything in my background, what's he doing? Help me make it through the night. What the heck?
Help me. Go ahead, pick one. We'll start.
I picked one. You said we couldn't do that
I
one.
was kidding. I do that.
Okay.
I'm a jokester, a prankster. You do you.
13th Warrior is okay. So am I going to tell y'all like why it's my favorite, or how do you want to do
Antonio
this?
Banderas.
Jennifer,
You do that with
you
each movie.
Jennifer, you walk me through this.
Say what? What am I doing?
They put me on the spot. Or now like I've got to come up with some stuff to say.
Oh, good.
I count on Alan for this.
Rich.
So do you
what do you
want
got?
us to lead you into the 13th Warrior?
No, that's fine.
Okay. I mean, I
Don't
will.
lead me. Don't need no man to lead me anywhere.
Oh, you're wanting the female of the group to lead. No, this is a bad plan. All right.
We'll get going,
Where
lady.
is Mona? Okay, so 13th Warrior. This movie, I read the book first. It's based on a novella that Michael Crichton wrote when he was in grad school.
Oh.
And a friend of his they were arguing over Beowulf, and it was, I can prove to you that Beowulf could have really happened, because his friend said that it couldn't, that it was just purely fantasy. So that's where Eaters of the Dead was inspired from. And now I love these stories. Now, I was a big Michael Crichton fan back in the 90s. And when this movie came out, it started production, I think, in 97, and it was finally released in 99. They had a lot of issues with it. But I just couldn't wait to see it. And I love that it merged the I can't think of the gentleman's name. It's who Antonio Banderas played in the movie. But his accounting of the Viking culture, because he had gone into, I think it was the Rusk Vikings in Russia. And this was kind of a merge of the Beowulf story and his accounting. And it was just fabulous. And some of the little details in this movie make it for me. The Viking culture they were very all over the place. And so a lot of times they would pick up clothes of other cultures, and often they would, if they captured a slave and they proved themselves, they would kind of adapt them into their culture. And so when you look at the 13th Warriors, they all have on different types of garments from different societies. And I just love that. So I'm sure some of y'all remember that I'm a history major, so I love history, and so this was just a win-win for me. And Antonio Banderas was smoking in this movie. There's just so much beautiful imagery, camaraderie, and storytelling woven together that I can let go of the little stuff that doesn't really make sense. But it's a wonderful, wonderful story. And I hope that everyone enjoys it as much as I do.
It's a buddy flick. I mean, I love the way that they bring him on. They don't like him at first, but when he stands up to the big Viking, and then the big Viking laughs. And I love the fact the guy's name is Ahmad ibn Fadlan ibn Alabas ibn Rasad ibn Hamad. And what I loved in the movie, that he tried to keep on like telling you, you're Ibn. So it is a good movie. I like the fact that they do show, I like the contrasts of the culture. The more at the time, the more the Vikings were just Vikings. And, but you mix into that the more subtle, the more at the time aristocratic Islamic culture.
Alan, what'd you think? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Alan gave it one thumbs up.
All night, buddy. All night. Yeah, so some nostalgia for this movie. It took me a long time to see this movie. And by a long time, I mean like 3 days. Because I couldn't wait for it to come out because I had read Eaters of the Dead as well. And it was fantastic. It was a super great, really fast read. And I had read it. I don't remember when I read it. I was again significantly younger, and I wanted to go see this movie so badly, and pretty much everything got in my way. It was sold out everywhere. It was pouring rain. You know, little kids are blowing by in tornadoes and shit like that. Couldn't see it. Power outages. So I had to wait like 3 or 4 days, and then I went to start, and I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. And you guys are talking about the culture and that shit, but I love the swords and the blood.
Yeah.
This movie was great for that. There was a lot of gore, a lot of blood, and like Scott said, Eben, which I believe means son of.
Son of.
He starts, excuse me. He starts off as sort of this, I don't know, kind of foppish, like, you know, I'm better than all of this, and I don't want to get my hands dirty. And he gets sort of pimped to these Vikings by his father or his, I don't know, someone high up in the court.
Yeah.
And he goes along with them, and he's trying to learn their culture, and they get sort of requested to come down and help this other group of Vikings, this group of farmers with another king. So they're like, yeah, they're all these great warriors. They go down there to help out, and he is the 13th man. He's the 13th warrior. So they figure out what's going on. There's this supernatural sort of force that's attacking, and it's this giant snake, giant fire snake, and they figure out what it is, and they figure out what's going on, and actually, if you haven't seen it by now, you're just dumb. So the snake isn't a snake; it's a bunch of people with torches running down, and they're like sadistic hunters of people who eat human flesh. And they're like dressed up in bear suits with bear claws and stuff like that. It was really cool the way they did it. And they live inside the earth, and they're ruled by this sort of mother person. And it's about how the warriors fight them back and drive them from this village. And the whole movie is excellent. Like Hadley and Scott said, the culture references are fantastic. But if you like a good, like almost like a swashbuckler, this is great. It was like a sword and sorcery thing from the 80s, and it was just, I mean, the movie wasn't from the 80s, but all that swords and sorcery crap was. But
it was like a medieval version of the Magnificent Seven.
Kind of.
It's Beowulf.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
It's Beowulf.
Which is like a medieval version of the Magnificent Seven. So, yeah, it was.
Alan's back.
He is? Let's get him.
Can we hear him now?
Nope.
God. Excuse me.
Sorry, Alan.
That out. I can't hear anybody.
Can you hear me?
Oh shit!
I could hear that. I heard that.
I heard oh shit, so
sorry,
we can
dude.
hear you.
Looks like your mic. You get a busted mic.
That's what Tina said.
I muted myself, and
hear
I'm
me?
glad because I had. Oh, I can hear Alan.
How
you hear
can
me?
you hear Alan?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey, now I can say what I was feeling. I love you all. You're not good.
We got that. You loved us 2 times 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get it going. Hey, good evening, everybody.
That's what Tina said.
Oh, Jesus. That's like everything. Oh boy.
Harry, that's when you should have hit the badoom ching.
Well,
What did you think
I
of
love
the
this.
13th Warrior? Big Mike.
Oh, I love this movie. It's great. You were in this movie, Rich. You play the king of the Vikings.
Oh,
Right?
hey.
I'm
So
sorry
that
you
guy
died
was-
in it.
That guy was Czechoslovakian.
He looks just like Rich. You
Oh,
know?
exactly. Spitting image. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought of you when I saw it. I love this movie. I love this movie better than the book because of the interplay, because of the relationships with the Vikings. And there we go. It's right there. Holy shit.
I look just like him. Yes,
Yes.
I know. That.
Oh,
Oh,
There
yeah.
we
Yeah.
go.
Oh.
Richard Viking.
Hold on.
Ladies, keep your pants on.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm keeping mine on.
panties are flying. I feel it.
Oh,
Alan, I mean, Ash, that's not going to stop you.
Love this movie. Definitely.
Yeah, it's a great flick.
It got a lot of bad reviews, but I don't know why. Wasn't it one of Antonio's first movies too?
That I don't know.
Well, Omar Sharif quit acting after this movie because he said it was so bad he would never act again.
Really?
Yes.
No, this is a good movie.
But they said there was some problems with the director and stuff on set, but this movie to me, it came out at a time when I think like The Sixth Sense just came out, and it was a year of like phenomenal movies. And this one was just kind of a sleeper at the box office, but it has a cult following.
Yeah.
All our people, they love it.
The cool people.
The cool kids.
I just want to point out that Morgana wanted to come on here only to hear Alan's opinion and input. So have at it, Alan.
I'm a fanboy of this, so it's probably not very interesting, but I love this movie. I love the Vikings and him, their interplay, his buddy. I just think it's great. I love when the fire snake comes down, at night.
Yeah.
That's just the cinematography's excellent.
Well, I love, and I'm sure that all of us have read the book, but the imagery of these beings, because you don't know what it is at first, creeping into their sleeping is it a longhouse, and taking these people, and I mean it's terrifying. And then when they discover that it's a man, and you have Ibn with his little knife going crazy, it's a phenomenal scene. But it's like it dawns on him, they're human, they bleed blood, and I can kill them.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like now some historians who think that Beowulf may have been actually some guy in a bear type outfit? That they may be
Grendel?
Grendel?
You mean Grendel, the bad guy in Beowulf? I don't know. I hadn't heard that theory.
I haven't either.
Oh.
Some kind of Bigfoot suit.
Yeah. But I mean, I love the way that Crichton took this idea from Beowulf and he made it real. And I loved how in the movie that the witch in the woods, she's like, beware the mother and the earth, and it's just creepy as all get out. Yeah. But it's just there's just little things that make this movie, from that big red hound that Bullfire has, and that dog cries at the end when he slips off to Valhalla, and that imagery of him in the rain dragging that sword out from that, with the blanket around him because he's got fever and is sick and dying, but he will die with a sword in his hand. His men will not fight alone. Yeah. I love this shit. This is what I think of a Viking, and going back to the historical accuracy of it, the Ibn il-Falan, like I'm going to butcher his name, and I'm so sorry to anyone out there I'm offending, but he actually had one of the best accounts of a Viking funeral that we have a record of. Yeah. And his account is much more detailed than what they show in the movie, but that's what Crichton based it on, was that account of a known Viking king's burial.
Wow, this is a good movie.
Yeah.
It's when I see it, I'll try and watch it. If it's because it's one you don't always find. I mean, I think it's streaming now, and but it's hard to find sometimes. Mm-hmm. But I love it.
One of the things I like about it is when he's learning their language. He's not letting them know how smart he is, and he's just learning their language as he listens to them talk. And that's a damn hard thing to do.
Or when they
that's fantastic.
Or when they are constantly making fun of his horse. I love that because
Yeah, that was
he's
cool.
got the Arabian and they got the big old European, horses and.
But
Oh, yeah,
then he does the thing where he jumps over everything, including one of their big horses. So
yeah,
I love that interaction between them. That they challenged each other, and that by the end of the film, they were very close friends. They were comrades.
Well, the relationship with him and I can't think of what the little guy's name is. It's Dennis Storhigh, I think is his name. But what was his name in the movie?
Oh, I can't remember.
Herger something. Anyways, a little short guy. I love him. And he is just phenomenal to me. He encompasses everything that I think of when I think of a Viking with that whole and that scene. Oh my God, that scene where they kill Angus.
Oh yeah.
He throws the money at him. Bury your friend. We will miss his sword tonight. And it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And that right there, you don't see movies that accurately portray that type of mentality that you see Bulva and the little short Viking guy they just know to play that.
Right. Well, see, that's what makes it better than the book is the characters there because the characters aren't there in the book like that, So that's what I enjoy more than the book version, I guess.
I think you and I are like in that, Alan. I often like the live action stuff because to me it adds a layer of reality to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's always fun to have interplay with the characters. You all know that. Y'all write it, So that's always fun.
Absolutely.
I'm laughing at Craig's remark.
Yeah. I like reading something and then seeing a film that was based on it. And
I have to ask, what's your favorite scene?
Oh, jeez.
I think the first fight they had, the first battle they had with them, I liked the most.
Yeah, that was a good one because it was unexpected.
Yeah, and they didn't know. And watching them fake sleep while the bad guys are coming in, they're like, you can tell they're warriors. And Evan thinks everyone's asleep, and he's like, "Did you hear that?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, dude, shut up. We're waiting." And they're all like fake snoring and stuff. It was really cool.
I would say the battle scenes were great, but I love the scene where the shorter Viking picked on the huge Viking from the camp. And he just suckered him into the fight, and he thought he was going to win. And then at the end, very good tactics.
Yeah, no, that was good. I'm going to start calling Rich Vladimir Kulich. I'm going to start calling him Dad. He was in Chuck. It's Rich.
I did not know
I know you love Chuck. Yeah, and he was in Smoking Aces. Of course.
Yeah, I remember Smoking Aces.
Yeah.
He was the doctor, right?
Yeah. I kept thinking maybe he was in Die Hard at one time, because he just fit that Euro trash, look.
Yeah, he looks
not
like
saying
that
you have
guy.
Euro
What
trash.
was the guy that was in that was there?
Yeah.
His name. He was a famous guy. I can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah. But
yeah,
no.
Look and see what else he's been in. Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's in The Equalizer.
Yeah. And if you like Scott Adkins, he's in the Debt Collector movies. You ever see Debt Collectors? Are good action flicks. They're just straight up action, fun. They're on Netflix, and he's in it. Both of them.
Yes, Tully, this is the new. You have to tell me what you think about it.
So, what are we going to give this movie?
You haven't told us what your favorite scene was.
Oh, my favorite scene? I think I had a few, but it was him, Antonio Banderas joking with Hrothgar, or whatever his name is, his sidekick. To me, those were some of the best scenes because I love that. I just love the camaraderie, the interplay. So some of those were my favorite scenes. I mean, the fight scenes are outstanding.
Yeah.
And the guy that did Die Hard, directed Die Hard, did this one, right?
I think so.
And Predator, right? John McTiernan?
He did Predator because they were talking. I was watching a video and they were talking about the Predator how he has the habit of going over budget.
Yeah. Well, that was my favorite scenes were the interplay between Antonio Banderas and his sidekick Viking sidekick. Everybody needs one of those. So, I'd say Rich is my Viking sidekick, but he's like 8 feet taller than I am. So
yeah, certainly. So what do you give it, Big Mike?
I give it a 5 out of 5. I love this movie.
Boss?
5 hard dongs.
5 hard dongs. That's some solid dongage right there. What about you, Mr. New Hampshire?
4.8 very hard dongs.
Dang.
I'm going to give it a 5 dongs, and I'm just going to leave the erections to you guys. Definitely 5. It was good stuff.
There was one movie I hadn't seen that I saw out of the 3.
Which one?
Secondhand Lions.
Yes, I have never seen that. I always saw it advertised, but I never saw it. Mm-hmm. Harvey, I saw when I was a kid, and we did the play in junior high. I think everybody, our generation, did that play in school.
Yeah,
I think it was.
We did not, because it had magic, and that's unacceptable.
Oh. Yeah.
So why don't you tear into it there, Chief?
Harvey, or do you want to do that one, Hadley? Is that was that yours?
You got your voice back, Alan.
Yeah. Go for it. You pick one.
You're kind of my go-to.
Okay. Harvey stars James Stewart as what's his? I can't forget his name. I can't remember his name. He said
Edwin
all through the movie.
Dowd.
What is it?
Is it Edwin Dowd?
Elwood P. Dowd.
Elwood P. Dowd. He's Elwood P. Dowd. He hangs out in bars and has a over 6 foot tall, invisible rabbit named Harvey as a sidekick.
He's a puka.
He's a puka.
Puka, which is a Celtic thing. I'm a bobber. That's the best I get it. You can explain. Hold on. I'll let you explain that in a second, boss, because you're into it. You know what that is. And so he has a house where his sister and her daughter live. It's his house that was willed to him by his mom. And everybody's trying to get him committed into a insane asylum, for lack of a better word, because of this rabbit. He hangs out in bars all day, talks to this rabbit, talks to other people, and actually he enriches other people's lives. And he's a kind-hearted guy. He likes his drink, and he likes his invisible rabbit. And everybody thinks he's crazy. But there are people that begin to kind of maybe see this rabbit. So all through it, you're wondering, is he crazy? Or is there really a rabbit? And this is 1940 something, right? 1950. Yeah. So it's a feel-good movie, and it actually kind of holds up in a lot of respects. I mean, there's a lot of cringy stuff in it, but it kind of holds up entertainment value. And I watched this before it was on a different platform. I watched it where they showed commercials every 10 minutes. So it drove me crazy. I couldn't fast forward the commercials either. But James Stewart, it's got Jesse White, right, as this sanitarium worker. And Jesse White was the Maytag man forever.
That's where I seen him. Okay.
He was the Maytag man forever for all those people that remember that.
What was his name, Hadley?
Who? Mr. Wilson?
Yeah, Mr. Wilson. There you go. She has a dog named Wilson.
He is not named after him. I think he was named after the volleyball in that movie with Tom Hanks.
So this whole story is just, is he crazy or is he really seeing Harvey? But everybody leaves better having met him. And that is the plot of the story. And I don't know if I should give any more away.
It was
if you haven't seen it by now.
Okay. You haven't seen it by now.
No, actually, he's going to get a shot by this doctor that's oblivious to the charms of his secretary nurse that's just madly in love with him. And he can't see past
Kelly.
that she is. Yes,
Miss Kelly.
Miss Kelly, yes. So this doctor's going to give him a shot that will kind of, it's probably like lithium or something like that. Just back then, it'll make him normal. It'll make him straight normal. And his sister doesn't want it. That she wants him to be the person that he is, with this imagination, just nice, enriching everybody's life. And they're about to give him this shot, and she bursts in and stops him from getting the shot. And the doctor, this whole time, has seen this rabbit. It's followed him home. It's so Elwood goes to leave, and Harvey goes and stays with the doctor for a heartbeat. And as Elwood's leaving the sanitarium, Harvey shows up again, and they both walk off. Better people. And that's Harvey in a nutshell.
You make it sound like a suck-ass movie.
It's funny. It's delightful. I'm going to use some words here that I'll probably get teased for. It's delightful. It's fantastical. It's a feel-good movie, even for way back then. And one thing, when you watch this movie, if you've never seen it, Jimmy Stewart was a bomber pilot in World War II and a lot of hairy missions. And acting helped him work through his PTSD. So that's why I think he did a lot of movies like this that were feel good, because he struggled with PTSD from World War II. Anybody else? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think this is an excellent movie. I've always liked this movie. I hadn't seen it in many years again, but some of the interactions between Jimmy Stewart and like everybody, his sister and his sister's daughter, his niece, the doctors, everything he says to anybody, even people that are trying to hurt him, like this Wilson guy is trying to rough him up and get him and throw him in the sanitarium. He's just incredibly polite and happy, and this is my friend Harvey and blah blah blah. But the thing is, Harvey's actually real. Harvey is definitely there, because you never, throughout the whole film, you never see him. You never see Harvey at all. You never hear him. But they found his hat. Harvey had, he had the classic hat of the, style of the 40s and 50s, and it's got the two ear holes poked in it. Every time Harvey walks through the door opens and closes by itself. He's sitting on a swing, and the swing was swinging. So Harvey's actually real. He's a puka. He's a Celtic spirit that inhabits sort of. It is seen as a very large animal. Actually, Hadley would know more about this than I do, but that's kind of what I got of it. That was the definition that this Wilson guy was reading out of a book. But he's also very mischievous, and he can do stuff. He can stop time, and you can go where you want to go. And he wrote in the book that the guy was reading, and he stole money from people, but only to inconvenience them such that it would help out Jimmy Stewart later. And then he put the money back. So it was really cool. And I never, for just the first few minutes of the movie, I thought Harvey, Jimmy Stewart's crazy. And then I was like, nope, no, this is real. This is absolutely real. So you got to make your own decisions. But at the end of the day, all that stuff moving around and the things going missing, Harvey's real. So Jimmy's not crazy. He's just an excellent person.
Yeah. Can you imagine the size of those invisible rabbit pellets?
Right. Well, you'd never see them when you stepped in them.
Little soccer ball.
The puka appears here and there, now and then, to this one and that one. A benign but mischievous creature, very fond of rum pots, crack pots, and how are you, Mr. Wilson?
Yeah.
What did you do, Craig? He got himself banned again or something.
Uh-oh. What did he say?
Good work, Craig. You made us jealous.
That's our Craig.
And Ash thinks it's a good movie even without the boobs.
It is a feel-good movie. I don't know if y'all noticed, there's a common theme in all of the movies that we watched. But we can talk about that later. I'll let y'all think about that one for a minute. But this is a movie that I watched with my mother when I was probably 6, maybe 7. And it just stuck with me. And I've always loved it. This is a movie that I've been gifted. I've got on VHS. People remember that I love this movie. And I met this old hippie lady one time, and she's like, she said, "Honey, all the special people have seen Harvey." So I always try, and I think about that, and I think because there are people who I meet and they know that movie, and there are people I meet who need to know that movie, and so I wanted to share that with y'all.
Nice.
When I first saw it, I was in my 20s. I enjoyed it. I'm watching it last night and I'm rewinding it because it took on a whole new meaning to me. Jimmy Stewart, Edwin was happy through the whole movie. Like you said, he's just friendly. He's just happy. And I'm thinking to myself, the theme of the movie is, should we be miserable because everyone else is? The niece was, oh, I'm never going to get a boyfriend. The sister was embarrassed. The doctor was all, oh my God, I've got to make sure I do this for my patient. And I loved some of the lines he said during the movie. It really struck with me. He says, let's see. I can't read my writing. I wrestled with reality for 35 years, and I'm happy to state I finally won out over it. You must be so smart or so pleasant. For years I was smart. Then I recommend pleasant. And there was the other one. Oh, when the doctor's about to give him the shot, he agrees to it. And the doctor says to the sister, he'll be a perfectly normal person now. It was, and everyone who just accepted Harvey, like the doctor, the Rand institution, just were happy. And that to me was the whole thing about it. Okay, maybe you're a little off, maybe you're seeing something that is or isn't there. He just was having a great time. He was happy. He loved everybody. He was giving out business cards right and left. I envy Jimmy Stewart in that.
Yeah, no, you liked his character. You really did. He was a gentle soul,
Everyone liked him. I mean, that's why they went cruising around the bars, him and Harvey. And, everyone was polite to him and everyone acted like Harvey was real, even if they couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Because they appreciated Elwood so much. I mean, he was genuinely a kind and considerate person.
Yeah.
He invited pretty much everybody he met back to dinner at his house. Yeah. And he was passing out, his cards with, 2 phone numbers on it. That one doesn't work, but this one does.
Yeah.
And
pretty well done.
I know that we live in a culture where, things are changing and everything that was done in the 50s might not be done now, but this movie holds up to me. I would watch it. I would recommend it. And I think anybody that's got a problem with it just is looking for something to be upset about, because it's done so well. And his sister, what's her name? Vita. That's the best actress I've ever seen. She's incredible. I mean, she nailed that part. And I've seen her in other stuff. She's just a little old lady. She's a Broadway actress, I think. But she was in this, and she was in Arsenic and Old Lace with Cary Grant.
Yeah.
But she's phenomenal, and she nailed this role. I don't think anybody else could have done it. I don't think they could remake this movie. To me, this is cinematic perfection.
Yeah.
It has got magic. It's got whimsy. It's got... it makes you feel good about people when you leave.
I wanted to see that dinner party. I thought they were going to show us that dinner party because everyone was coming over on Tuesday.
I was hoping.
I want to know what happened with the doctor and Harvey when they went off alone.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he went on his journey, right? He went on his trip. He said he could stop time.
But, his wife, the doctor's wife, was very interested in Harvey. She was the one that was looking it up. And there was, I don't know. But I will say this, and I don't know if y'all will appreciate this as much as I did, but that little lady singing about the bunny rabbits going hippity hop, 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 hop.
Yeah.
I got tickled at that.
It reminded me of that opera singer in what's that movie with Bruce Willis and friggin'
The Fifth Element.
The Fifth Element, yeah,
Yeah.
the opera singer
the blue
on there.
girl, the blue lady.
Yeah, she sounded kind of like her the way she was like, hubba, hubba. You know, it's like it reminded me of that for some reason. Just bam. So, what do we give this movie, Hadley?
I'm not going to disgrace this movie with a DONG, but I will say that I give this movie probably a 10.
I'm donging it for you.
Don't there's none. There's none. It is a
There's 5
pure,
hard
gentle,
dongs. I hear her
no,
saying it.
it's pure and gentle. Don't ruin it. But no, this movie is good for everybody, I think.
Yeah. Do you have a pure and gentle dong for this, Scott?
5 6.3 foot pukas.
Wow.
About you, big man.
Rich?
Oh,
What?
me?
No, how about you, sir?
I'll give it a 4.5. I really enjoyed this movie. It was great. It's it does hold up, but it is definitely dated. And if you can get past that, which most people can, then you're gonna love this movie.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4.5 too. And no, hi. I recommend it to everybody.
Yeah.
I really do.
I can't believe y'all did not give it a 5. I really thought that y'all would.
Well, it's not a movie I would probably watch again until maybe 5 years from now. It's a good movie. It is a good
But
movie.
when you watch it again, it's going to make you feel just as effing good as it did this time.
Oh shit! You know what? I changed what I said. I give it a 5.
Oh, so
I
I'm the asshole. Well, I'm the asshole now.
I just don't want to see any violence.
All right, I'll give it a 5 too because I don't want to be the asshole
I
here.
feel threatened.
If I had a choice between being anyone in that movie, I would want to be Elwood.
I want to be Harvey.
Me too. I want to be
I want
Harvey.
to be that bunny.
And I saw where Jimmy Stewart was talking about making this movie, and Jimmy Stewart's 6 foot tall, so he had to make Harvey like 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", so he had to look up to him. But at the end of the movie, also, in case you missed it, when they're walking down the road, there's a rabbit shadow.
No, I'll have to look that up again.
Yeah, yeah. No.
I know
So
the commercial, the poster has a rabbit shadow.
Mhm.
I didn't see one on the ground.
See this movie. You feeling down? Plug this movie in.
Yes.
It's a fun movie.
Sounds like it's got some Ted Lasso feel to it.
No, Ted Lasso has some Harvey feel to him.
Oh,
Let's get this
my
right.
bad.
So, what do we think about the next? Who wants to do the next movie?
Who didn't see it? Who had never seen it before?
I've never seen it. I never saw it before, and I saw it last night.
Then I want you to do it.
Again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
To make up for your lack of voice for the first 15 minutes.
Secondhand Lions stars Michael Caine and Robert Duvall and Haley Joel Osment. And what year was it made in? I didn't look it up.
2003.
2003. Okay. This is a movie about poor Haley Joel Osment. His mom is Kyra Cedric, who she's just can I say this word? Bimboish. This takes place.
Gold digger. She's a gold digger, Alan. You can say
gold digger.
Yeah, she was bimbo too, though. He's right.
What year does it take place in? Like the 50s, late early 60s?
I think it's 50s.
In the 50s. His mom drops him off at his 2 great uncles' house, which are Duvall and Michael Caine. And there's rumors that they have millions of dollars in gold or money stashed somewhere. And she wants Haley to find out where this fortune is, and so they can steal it from the great uncles. And she's just a horrible person. She's horrible. So she leaves poor Haley there with just a little suitcase for the summer and takes off. She says she's going to court recorder school, and we find out later on that she's not. She's lying. She's in Vegas where she belongs.
Yeah.
It's at first the 2 uncles are gruff with Haley Joe, and then they start to he starts to ingratiate himself with them, and they start bonding. And the great thing about the uncles is whoever drives up, they get all these salesmen because everybody thinks they've got this money, and they shoot at all these salesmen except Adrian Pazdar. He comes up with a clay throwing machine, and they buy that off him, and they think it's pretty cool. And the uncles also have relatives that come in to stay with them to try to get the money from them, try to change the will, get in their inheritance and everything. And these guys they've got some history behind them. Haley Joel Osment starts to learn that there's more to his great uncles than two grumpy old guys sitting on a porch shooting at people. And the stories are involved. It reminds me of that movie Big Fish, kind of. And, yeah, a little bit. And so there's just surprises and twists along the way. I don't know, should I give more away or?
Yeah,
man, it's old.
Okay. So the uncles they fought in Africa, World War II. Robert Duvall was in love with this princess that he married over there. And young Robert Duvall is played by Christian Kane from Leverage. My wife loves that dude. And they do have all this money, and they're badasses. Robert Duvall beats up these 5 or 6 punks at this rib place where the ribs look delicious, man. They're serving the ribs on paper. Oh my gosh, I got hungry watching that. But he beats these guys up. But they become, he teaches them how to be men too. He gives them a little speech how to be a man, and he befriends these guys that beats up. And also they have a lion, this older lioness on their property that they brought in to hunt, but she's sickly and old, so they can't hunt her. So Haley Joe nurses her back to health. And that becomes a big moment in the movie too with the lion. And his mom comes back to see if he found the money yet with her boyfriend, who's sleazy from Vegas. And Haley finds a bunch of money down in the barn. And you think for a minute he's going to give him up, just for a minute. But then he lets this dude whack him in the face and stuff. And he doesn't give up his uncles because he loves them. He thinks these guys are very cool. And they are. And they so the uncles, the lion attacks the boyfriend, puts him in a bad state, and they throw him in a car, and the mom and the boyfriend drive off with Haley, and she's like talking all this crap. He doesn't believe her, so he jumps out of the car and goes back to his uncles, and he decides to live with his uncles, which is very cool. And they also have a biplane that they're working on that they buy, because they start buying all this stuff with their money, which I think Haley Joe's responsible for. Is like, hey, you got this money, use it, live it, enjoy your lives. And they are. And so at the end, Haley Joe lives with him until he's an adult, and the uncles are flying the plane, and they fly, and they're like 90 years old, and they fly the plane. They're trying to fly through the barn, and they don't make it, and they both die. And Haley Joe, as a man, is played by Josh Lucas, who plays young Kevin Costner in Yellowstone. And he comes back. He comes back to the homestead, and there's a will that says, leave it all to the kid that the uncles wrote. And he's real. And then this helicopter lands, and it's the great grandson of this Arab prince that was trying to kill Robert Duvall. And Robert Duvall got the upper hand on him 2 times and didn't kill him, let him live. So the guy respected that, and he told his grandson the story of the great McCann brothers that let him live. And so then at the end, the prince comes down and validates the story that Robert Duvall, Michael Caine had been telling all along. And that's how it is. Good movie. I thank you for recommending it, because I probably would have never watched it. I probably would have went to my great reward without ever seeing this movie.
that would have been a shame.
Yeah, good movie.
What are your thoughts, boss lady?
Jennifer, Hadley found the sound effects button before we even got on the air. So
Right? Well,
She's
I
like a
didn't
little
know. I was
kid.
blaming Rich for one of them. I know.
she's like a little kid at Christmas.
There we go.
I'm sorry, there's weird noises going on upstairs. I don't want to.
Okay, so this movie is beautiful to me. It is such a coming of age, feel good movie. And it does have the sad little story about the boy with his trashy mama who wants to go to Vegas and gamble the money and just leave him somewhere to out of her hair. But it is him finding true mentors and men he can look up to. And this is a fatherless child.
Yeah.
And to see him and the relationships that he develops with his uncles is really warm. It just warms you up. But Michael Caine and Robert Duvall are like two of the best actors of our lifetimes.
For sure.
And to see them in these roles where they're kind of grumpy old men, but still phenomenal, and the way they embrace. I mean, the Michael Caine character is so well done in an underplayed way.
Mm.
And the gentle way he really plays the character just complements Duvall's larger than life hub, and so it's kind of like a Mutt and Jeff, and it's a beautiful exchange to watch with them, especially when Michael Caine's telling the story about when they're young. And I just love it. And then to see Hub have his talks with the boy, with whether it's the boys when he has the fights. And I'm sorry, is that me echoing?
Yep,
Nope, don't hear it.
I do.
I hear it.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This actually has echo cancellation.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so it's just phenomenal he whoops those boys. He opens up a can of whoop ass on those boys in that, I guess it was like a gas station or wherever they were. And, but he says that, he has this speech that he gives to young men. And that speech, I mean, if that doesn't put a tear in your eye, guys, I don't know what will. But there's certain things that a man needs to believe in. And what is it? Was it honor, virtue? I mean, y'all, come on, y'all don't remember?
I can't remember.
I don't remember what
I was going to say. We'd get banned, so I'm not.
And then he has the same talk with Walter, and he only gives him a little bit of it, and it's that find something that you can. It doesn't matter if it's true, and this kind of ties in with Harvey, by the way. It doesn't matter if it's true. Find something you can believe in, something that you want to believe in, and that's the beauty of it. So, but I cry every time at the end when the little boy gets saved by the lion. I cry every fucking time.
So if there was going to be a part that would make you cry, to me, it's when at the end, the kid's mom lets him go. Because the kid's mom is only about the kid's mom. She doesn't really care about Walter at all. I mean, she does. She loves him, but he's kind of just baggage for her. And then she wants to take him, and they're driving away, and they drive over this bridge with the deadbeat lion half-eaten boyfriend. And he busts out of the car, and he starts running back. And she runs out, and she chases him down. And she's like, "What are you thinking? Where are you going?" And he's like, "Ma, you need to do something for me, and that's let me go." And she let him go.
Yeah.
And he went and he lived with his uncles instead of with her because he wouldn't have had a good life with her, and she actually knew it. So that's what hits me in the feels. But really, I think the best part of this movie is the story that's told about when the two uncles were in Africa for many years, and they were regaling, or Michael Caine was regaling Walter with the stories. But then at the end, I mean, the stories are kind of unbelievable. And at the end, when the helicopter lands, it's the stories are just reaffirmed, and the kid's like, "Holy crap!" The kid's now an adult. He's like, "Oh my god, the stories were real." So that's the part of the story part of the movie that I like the most.
I like two things. Are you sorry? Are you done, Rich?
No, I'm finished. Go ahead.
Okay. Those weren't really his uncles because remember near the beginning the kid said they're not really my uncles because my mother was an only child, so they weren't family. But that's what I liked about it because you don't have to be blood to be family.
Right.
And he took that kid in and they gave him an education. They worked on each other. I mean, he calmed them down a little bit, so they weren't shooting at every salesman that came in. It was just decent people taking care of each other and becoming family. The other thing I liked about it was the secondhand lion part. So what if you're old? These guys were having fun. They were doing skeet shooting. They were in their 70s. They were they were farming. They were flying a plane. How did they die? They died at 90, crashing a plane into a house. How did the lion die? Doing what it liked the best, mangling somebody who was an asshole.
Mangling deadbeats.
Yeah, I loved it when he's, sitting in the car all bandaged up. It's like Harvey. Do you want to conform? Or do you want to just be happy? Do you want to live your life? And those kids just went out that way. I mean, not those kids. Those guys just went out that way. They were doing what they want. They were being fun. I love it when at the opening when the plane goes right by the cop.
Yeah.
And the cop knows what's going on.
Under a bridge.
Yeah.
Barnstorming.
I mean, I'm hoping I'm their age. I'm doing crazy shit like that.
I put that quote in the chat if someone will read it out loud.
Sometimes the things that may or may not be true are the things a man needs to believe in the most. That people are basically good. That honor, courage, and virtue mean everything. That,
Sorry.
That is. Dun 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 dun. That's McDonald's.
Hold on, it's coming. It cut it off.
That's what she said.
Wow.
Oh, you had to wait till I couldn't do my little thing. Hold on. Say that again, Alan.
That's what she said. That's all we need. That.
Venom.
Okay.
When they were talking about
the money and power mean.
Did it do it again?
No.
Yeah.
Money and power mean nothing. The good always triumphs over evil.
If only that were true.
Now, Mike. No, our politicians are not like that today.
Nope.
People aren't like that today.
No.
No.
When I saw this movie and she was telling him, that she didn't have uncles per se. I thought I'd never seen this movie, and I thought, oh, maybe they were uncles.
Yeah.
And then she explained that they're her mom's brothers, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Because I didn't know. I never saw this movie before, and
They're his great uncles.
right. So,
and Kira Sedgwick did a great job.
Yeah.
She did. I just despised her in this movie.
The only person
She's just despicable.
The only people I despised more was the boyfriend she brought back from Vegas and the other family members.
Oh, yeah.
Especially those two brats that screwed around with the lion.
Yeah.
Oh, they got theirs.
And Haley Joel did a great job in this. I thought his acting was
He's a good actor.
His body movements and stuff, were just great. When he ran, all the time, and I just thought that was great. You really felt the weight of what he was going through.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I agree. Thank you.
Yeah, I love this movie. I'm going to give this movie a 5.
Yes.
Because I don't want to get beat up by Hadley. So it's definitely it's really worth the 5 though. This is excellent. There's so many things about this movie that are hilarious. I mean, them sitting with the shotguns and just shooting, never actually hurting anyone was just fantastic.
I always say that's me and Ash in 15 years.
What'd you get?
I like that they had that yacht sitting in their pond.
Yeah.
Spent their money.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be the asshole, so I'm gonna give it 5 too. So
Y'all are afraid of me.
Yeah.
like
Go
kicking
on.
a butt.
Al, and you kept them quiet for 30 minutes.
Well, Scott,
Oh, I said I'd give it a 5.
awesome.
Nice.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. These are 3 movies that I think everybody needs to see.
They're good
Mike
movies.
gave it a 5. He didn't say dongs. Just want to throw that out there. Morgana just loves it, and 5 big dongles from Max.
5 dongles. Yeah, Max is dong phobic.
He's dong phobic. That's true.
Well, I appreciate y'all humoring me and letting me watch my movies this week.
Well, you picked good ones.
You
Yeah.
did. They were excellent.
Yeah.
And that's my birthday present to you.
Wow.
We'll have to get on the same page about movies for next week.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You picked
Is
the right
anybody
one.
else watching Ted Lasso?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my,
No.
Watch
Alan.
Ted Lasso.
I'm trying to find it. I can't find it.
It's on Plex, Alan. It's on Plex.
I went to Plex.
Go harder.
Did you search for Ted Lasso on Plex?
Oh, I think I was searching for Ned Lasso.
Yeah, probably.
I'll look again. Hey,
He thought
I've
his
got
name
one
was
on
Harry Lasso. He didn't know.
that was a hairy laugh. Hey, we watched this one on Netflix called Beef with Steve Ewan from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I've
And,
heard that one's like really good.
Ali Wong. Yeah, it's really good. But if you're not in the right headspace, it could kind of be a little depressing. But it's got a lot of fun to it. I didn't know Steve Ewan could act, and he did really good. I mean, he played Glenn and a couple other things, but
What do you mean? He acted like he was under that dumpster.
I hated that in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
That was so stupid. Just he's under the dumpster. Zombies aren't going to look under. They can't smell.
Too busy eating the other guy.
Yeah.
Kids, I actually have to go.
All right.
Yeah, we went way over. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'll see you guys next week. Thanks everybody for showing up. We
Thank
love you guys, and you guys don't have
Right,
to go.
guys.
It's just
Good
me.
show. Thank you.
Take care. Thanks.
love you guys.
Yes, Max. 65 sucked.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
everybody for showing up and sticking around and
Yep.
humoring me and wishing me happy birthday. I love
Happy
you guys.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Until
Bye,
next
everyone.
week, guys, we're gonna say sayonara and stay weird.
Adios.
Adios.
Take it easy.